Hey, Danbury. This video is on the agency disclosure statement. I'm going to share my screen right now and pull it up so you guys can see it. So hopefully you're seeing this here. But this is the agency disclosure statement. This basically, easy way to remember this one is this form tells you who's working for who in a transaction, right? When you're a buyer, when you're a seller. So when you're a buyer and you're going to send over a contract to the listing agent, you want to make sure on your dot loop, this is the first thing that you send over. So you may have to readjust dot loop. So this is the first form. When you're a listing agent and you're sending it to your seller, you want to also make sure that this is the first form that they see. Technically, you're supposed to show them this form before you show them the offer. So with that said, let's go through and talk about this form. So the top part's simple. So you're going to put in the property address, put in the buyer's name, put in the seller's name. And this is when you're writing the offer. So make sure you look up and you know who the sellers are on the county website. And then if you are a buyer's agent and the listing agent is a non-Danbury agent, you will fill in section 1. So this basically says the buyer will be represented by you and the Danbury company, and the seller will be represented by the listing agent and their brokerage. So again, transaction involving two agents and two different brokerages, you fill out section 1. You fill out section 2 if it's another Danbury listing. So if two agents in the real estate brokerage, the Danbury company, represent both buyer and seller, check the following, that will reply. That will apply. So this is easy because your only option here is the first one. So you check in that first one, you put your name that you work for the buyer, and then you put whoever the listing agent is who works for the seller. So again, this is the one you fill out if it's two Danbury agents. Simple so far. Number 3, it would be a transaction involving only one real estate agent. So here, if you're the only agent involved, you put your name and the real estate brokerage Danbury. They'll either be a dual agent, and that means that you're being neutral in the transaction. Now, if you do have a relationship with one of the parties, like they're a family member, a business relationship, or anything like that, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, whatever, you need to disclose that if you are if you do have that kind of relationship. So you would check your dual agent, and then underneath disclose any material relationships you have with either party, so everybody's on the same page. And then second, if you're the only one in a transaction and you're only representing one party, then you would fill in, you check that second box, represent either the seller if the buyer is an unrepresented buyer, or if, say, you're writing an offer on a for sale by owner, you would check that you represent the buyer in this transaction. And then this also says that the other party is not represented and agrees to represent his or her own best interest. So then with that, you fill that all out, have both parties sign, and you are good to go. Now, some people will go over the backside here, this dual agency part, and then have their both parties initial, which is fine. You can do that. Is it necessary? Not necessary, but it's not a bad habit to get into. So hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.